we continue the video. Today we're going to take a look at a very nice team with Obstagoon here as a safe swap, which is going to be hilarious as we're going to have the Gunk shot on that thing. And we can catch the movie on the Cresselia. This is a little bit risky as it can be the Moonblast, but we caught a future sight on our Obstagoon. And you know already what this Gunk shot gonna do against a Tapu Fini here. And bye! So we can now basically shield, and we shouldn't even have to shield that. I think we would have just won it if we just let it go, but it doesn't really matter. This team is very lame. Like, we have the Nidoqueen in the lead, we have two Dark types in the back. You can also use something else as instead of our Obstagoon as a safe swap. I just wanted to try out Obstagoon because it looks so good in the current meta. It's one of the only Pokemon that can break the Trevenant and the Registeel and the, what's it called, NiRiain. All of those, it's pretty decent, especially with Cross Chop, but because I use it as a safe swap, I kind of want to have something for the fairy types. So I went for the Gunk shot. I actually just built this one because I got this traded with a decent rank, but I never really built, like, I got traded like a year ago or whatever. So I kind of decided to build a new one here, which is actually a little bit slightly XL, I think, as well. So we're gonna be able here to shield a Blizzard against a Tentacool. It's kind of funny. But yeah, this team got me 250 points in like 5 sets. Yeah, I think in 5 sets. Which is pretty decent. I had a 10-0 start with this. I think I went like 1 time negative and then like also 2 times positive. And then I played this team again in the next morning and I got hard counted 5 times in a row and went 0-5 with it after having an insane run before. Like literally, I had Giratina lead once, I had 3 Warren leads and 1 Swampert lead against Spire lead. And like the rest was also pretty similar to like I had several Machamps in the back and like then you cannot do anything. Maybe I just hit like the point in like the Elo range where everybody plays the same stuff that completely hard counters this. But you should most likely not be in that range. That was at 2440 MMR. This is where I basically had my peak with this team. And then I had 1 negative set. And then I swapped the lead a little bit just to have like basically the Great League triple counter team from Wallover in the Ultra League. I went for my newly built XL Deoxys defense. And also we're gonna see some gameplay with this later on as well. So I have like basically 2 variations of this team in there. Also the Deoxys, which is gonna be cool. But yeah, like this team definitely worked out really well. I'm really close to the next rank now, which is Veteran, I think. It's a Veteran. Like it's so long ago that we had the last time rankings where we had to literally like rank up. So yeah, like a Veteran gonna be the next one, which we're gonna have. And we are like, I don't know. Right now I think I'm 100 points away after going 0-5 and now again a positive set with my Deoxys defense lead with this. As we're gonna see the Zap Cannon from the Registeel coming through here, we should be able to still have a chance at this game. They're gonna go ahead, go for 1 power punch, get them very low. They stay in, we can farm down, and we just have the Tapu Fini in the back, and it's Scrafty gonna win this. This is the thing with this team. Now I can talk a little bit more about why this team works. Usually, here we have another really bad lead. This team is built basically around Scrafty. Scrafty is our main man and we want to have a sweep at the end of the day with Scrafty. This is what we want to have. We have our Obstagoon basically just to counter out the Pokemon that Scrafty doesn't like. So like we get out fighting types which Scrafty doesn't like. We get out flying types which Scrafty doesn't like because we have counter and they resist the burst move. But yeah, like it's pretty important that we have Obstagoon as a safe swap here just so we can support this Scrafty as good as possible. And Obstagoon is just really decent here against the main nice Pokemon that Talonflame. We're gonna get a shield advantage and switch advantage, which is amazing. As we see a Registeel, which cannot farm us down either because we have a lot of HP still left. That lock on will not KO us anytime soon. And they have to throw, which is nice. But yeah, like this team worked really well. Obstagoon safe swap, Gunk shot for the fairy types. Otherwise, you get the Pokemon out that you don't really want to see with the with the Scrafty in the back. But you have to have a lead with this team that resists counter damage, of course, because both of your leads, both of your Pokemon in the back, both have a double weakness or a single weakness to counter types or like in general like fighting types. And you kind of need something to resist this. And you also need something for the Talonflame a little bit at least. The Obstagoon can actually go basically toe-to-toe with the Talonflame, which is kind of insane because Obstagoon is like such a easy Pokemon to get, to be honest. And Talonflame is like such a crazy XL Pokemon. It's like not a type advantage for anybody. But just the spamminess of the Night Slash is like so nice here. I try to catch a potential, what's it called? Future Sight there, didn't work out that well. But we can actually still let this go, and I think I can still get to another move here. No, never mind, they actually KO me. But I can farm them all the way down, which is nice. We see my opponent gonna go now into Walrein. What a surprise, a Walrein gonna be everywhere anyway. We can go for one more Poison Fang and we can go into our Scrafty, and we should still have a chance here at least. We have to time our moves right. There you go for a charge move, you have to let go. It's a Flame Charge, very nice, it's a Flame Charge, not a Brave Bird here. We go for our Power Punch, we get the shield from my opponent. We can go for another Power Punch, do we get another shield here from my opponent? We do not, but we should be able to farm all the way down after one shield here against this Talonflame. And I just hope that I can get another shield now from my opponent here with my Scrafty. As we boost it up, we can go for one Foul Play. And the Foul Play gonna get the last shield from my opponent. We now have still one move stored with our Nidoqueen. And we still can get 2 counters in there, which gonna put him into a range where Earth Power should definitely KO my opponent. And it comes through and we're gonna be able to win this game. Good game there to my opponent. A Rotten Peanut, I'm actually allergic to peanuts, so I hope I can beat this guy. We see Tapu Fini lead. There's a very common team right now which has Tapu Fini lead. We have the what's called Registeel in the back and the Talonflame in the back, which is like from Dot Tactical. And I think this is exactly this team. And usually we have a pretty decent matchup against it. It doesn't really look that crazy of a hard counter or whatever for us, but if you play it right, everything is pretty decent here in this team against Registeel, which is like the main focus of this team anyway, as everybody runs Registeel. And in general, like if you can get the Talonflame low enough that the Scrafty can sweep at the end game, it's gonna be a decent-ish game for you. My opponent let this go, I would have got to another move anyway. I don't get to another move here, but I can farm down. We see the Registeel coming in, we go for the Earth Power immediately, and boom, this lands, and my opponent still has 2 shields here. Yeah, I can go for a Poison Fang, maybe they decide to shield. I just want to soak some energy here from my opponent. We have a CMP tie or whatever here, and I'm gonna be able to just take this move and I go into my Scrafty, and you know what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna go for the Power Punch, and we're gonna farm down my opponent. They shield this move up, but one more counter is enough to KO him, and we win this game pretty easily. And I beat this team, I think, like 3-4 times. I never lost to this team from the Tactical with this team at least. I didn't play it now with my new variation, which you're gonna see most likely in the next game or whatever. Here we have Deoxys Defense. I only built Deoxys Defense during the quest day, which was yesterday, I think, for you. Because we had like the quest power up Pokemon 3 times, and I did this like 20 times or whatever, and got my XL Deoxys Defense like this. Of course, still had to invest a lot of Stardust for this. But yeah, how was your quest day? Let me know in the comments how many shinies you got if you played that. For me, I only got, I think, 4 shiny Shieldon and 1 shiny Cranidos, which is not a lot, like considering I did, I think, more than 100 quests, to be honest. Like, I did every quest that was in my tone. My tone is small, but we have a lot of stops usually. But it was a 1 to 10 chance, and like I know so many people in my city that get like so many more shinies than me. So like for me, I had definitely not the best luck, but hey, here we are. We see the Cresselia here. Can we KO this with the 1 Earth Power? We cannot. They survive with the 1 HP in a Dream. And that's gonna win them game, because they also run the Future Sight, of course. And we see the Reggie rocking them back. If they would have lost, like, in general, like, if they would have not survived this move with 1 HP in a Dream, we could have went for a charge move here. We could have just debuffed his defense or whatever. All the moves would be resisted on the Nidoqueen anyway. And we would have easily won this game, but a 1 HP is sometimes enough for the opponent to win this, because he is also 1 counter way to die here, and we sadly will not be able to win this game, but it's fine, good game. I actually went on a 10-game win streak with this team, so which is kind of cool still. We see now our Deoxys Defense as a variant, and with Deoxys Defense, I think you kind of want to have it as a lead in this kind of meta. You can just go for the Psycho Boost and get some nice damage on your opponent. We see the Blasters here on my opponent's part, which we can now go for 1 foul play against. I didn't want to have the Scrafty against my opponent's lead, so I'm just gonna dip into this because it's weaker than the Obstagoon against a Ninetales. As we see my opponent gonna be able to not realign their Pokemon, I can go for one foul play and get over some ship damage here on the Ninetales, which is actually way more important than you might think, because like it's basically free there. Like you need anyway some damage to KO it with one Rock Slide. We can actually let the move go through against this Swampert. We can no-shield this move against the Swampert as well. We can survive another one usually as well here. But I kind of was like, okay, I'm just going to shield up. I really need the damage on this thing. I think this was a wrong play because I would have survived it anyway. I would have got to my move. I don't know if I would have got to another move, but I think it was a wrong play. But it doesn't really matter, as my opponent going to shield this move as well for whatever reason. It doesn't really make too much sense. And now you see the power of Deoxys defense. I've never, like, this was the first game I played with this Pokemon. I've never played it prior, and I didn't know how bulky this really was, but it was insanely bulky. This is a rank 2 Deoxys defense. Actually, like a higher rank, like a more attack-rated Deoxys defense is a little bit better in this meta, by the way. But I just wanted to go for the rank 2 because I didn't want to bother with, like, crazy IV calculations anyway. It's not really my style, especially not in the Ultra League, like all those PvP, deep dive, whatever in-depth things. It's not really that important as some people think it is, especially not in like Ultra League and Master League. If you maybe want to compete at regional championships, maybe there you have like the scenarios where you really need like the bulk point, the break point, whatever. But like usually if you just play Go Battle League and you're half decent, you get to wherever you want anyway. Although it was not the best. Here I couldn't click onto my moves anymore because my phone overheats. It's a common issue for me recently. Since the 60 FPS update, basically my phone always overheats, especially during battles, which is really annoying because if this happens during a battle like this, my opponent can just get some free charge like fast moves in, and this actually bothers me a lot because I would have got the Scrafty already, most likely even KO'd the Scrafty already. At this point of time they wouldn't have got their move through, which wouldn't have put me in 1 HP in a dream and wouldn't have put me into a situation where I just blindly throw against them. And now I just surrender because I didn't really want to bother with this anymore. And there's so many fast moves thanks to the overheating of my phone. Hell yeah. Next up, we have Registeel, and this is a cool thing with this team. Registeel has nowhere to go. Like every Pokemon he has counter, like they really don't have anything to go. And we see a Scrafty coming in there, and my opponent was really late here. And this is like what happens when they're really late. I can go for one Gunk shot still with 1 HP in a dream or something there. Of course, like one counter way of dying. We go for the Gunk shot, we hit the Gunk shot, and we now have our Scrafty, which can load up against the other Scrafty, and we have a lot of energy now, and we see a Warren, and I make a mistake here by throwing this move. I shouldn't have done this, because now I can go into my Deoxys and go for the Rock Slide. This is the best move that I could have thrown in general in the entire matchup, and I don't know if this was really the right play, because my opponent now, of course, has their Registeel against me, and they got like a lock-on through or whatever there. But now they have me in a situation where they can farm me down, because the awkward thing about Deoxys defense I think has the highest defense stat of all the Pokemon or whatever available right now. But it has one of the lowest HP stats. So lock-on always does 1 damage, and if you have a low HP stat, like you're still gonna get like 1 damage every turn, and this adds up against this way more than, for example, against Chansey. Like try to lock on down a Chansey, have fun with that. Chansey has poor-ish defenses. It's actually pretty decent, but a lot of HP. Like yeah, here it's gonna be a little bit tougher because my opponent actually gonna go for another Icicle Spear here, and I will be able to counter him down very, very close there. Like he was definitely at the move there. I can go for 1 Power Punch, KOing this Registeel, winning us the game, and we can go into the final game now of this video. I actually had more than 1.5 hours of gameplay here, by the way. Like someone isn't in there. I had to go down to like 30 minutes because I always want to be at 30 minutes because it's easier to commentate, easier to show. So like I have like literally 1 hour of gameplay, which I couldn't show, of course, because who is going to watch a 45-minute video of me going for Night Slash with an Obstagoon? I don't think this is like really something too nice. I think my opponent got the debuff against me, if I remember this game correctly. I think they did. I'm gonna shield this move up still. They go for the Moonblast again, which is nice. I can get the shield back anyway, but my opponent decides to go into the Swampert, which allows me now to align my Deoxys against it. And I don't really care too much what's happened with my Deoxys here. They go for the Earthquake, I can just go for the Psycho Boost, and I can just get them very, very low, which is very, very nice. Especially as they swapped out of their other matchup there. I think they don't really have anything for Scrafty in the back, if they don't have really any good answer for the Obstagoon either. So we can go for one Psycho Boost here. We're already like so debuffed, it's gonna do next to no damage. But we can go now into Obstagoon, go for one Night Slash here, and we force them to throw some energy, which is nice. We throw immediately. And now we can go into our Scrafty and hope that we're gonna be able to win this game by just sweeping them with a Scrafty now in the back. We have to see, they're gonna go for another move. I'm just gonna let it go, depending, maybe they have a fight on the back. They have a Berserker too, and Berserker is kinda scary with the close combat. We can go for one foul play. How much is it gonna do? It's actually KOs, which I didn't expect, but Berserker is just too squishy, and at this point we can just sweep my opponent, going for like a foul play here, winning us the game. Thanks for watching, see you next video. Have a great rest of your day. This team definitely works, 250 points in like 5 sets or whatever in the beginning, and the other addition at the end most likely gets me maybe to the next rank, hopefully soon. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, see you next video, bye.